Hi! In this video we are going to look at the main pricing strategies and how and when to apply them. At the end of the video, test what you have learned and your business intuition by doing one of the business case studies you can find on this channel. In most of the case studies you'll come across, there are mainly three pricing strategies. They are three because three are the main players in the market: you, the competition, the consumers. Pricing strategy number 1: cost-based pricing. Cost-based pricing is very simple. It involves determining a minimum price that can cover the total cost associated with producing a unit of product. In other words, cost-based pricing aims to find a price to break even. Be careful, the cost associated with producing a unit is the sum of the cost of producing the product itself, for example raw materials, plus the amount of fixed costs, for example cost of buying the production plant. Fixed costs must be amortized by each unit of product sold. As you can see, you need to know the sales volume to price according to this strategy. If this is not known from historical data, for example, because the company wants to introduce a completely new product in the market, an estimate of this volume is needed, for example through market sizing. Pricing strategy number 2: competition-based pricing. In this strategy, prices should be set after observing competition. It makes no sense to set a higher price than competitors on similar products. If you are offering a product similar to the one already on the market, and the competition forces you to price it too low, maybe even below the cost of production, it is likely that your product will not have a long life. There are a couple of circumstances when you can set a higher price than the one already present on the market. You're offering an innovative product which meets particular consumers' needs, or you're offering a product of a higher quality. In this case, always remember that quality is a concept established by consumers, or you have established yourself as a luxury brand. In this sector, there is generally less price elasticity. This last point brings us to pricing strategy number 3: value-based pricing. According to this strategy, prices should be based on consumers' perceived value of the product. If you think this strategy is the one relevant in your case, it is important to have information on the different segments of the market. In fact, perceived value can be highly dependent on age, geography, trends, educational backgrounds, and so on. Besides, it is important to determine whether access to your product would result in additional expenses on the side of the consumer, such as shipping costs. In your value-based pricing strategy, you might have to take on these expenses, for example by reducing the price of the product. How do you know which strategy to adopt? In general, it is important that all three pricing criteria are considered and met. Sometimes, it can happen that there is no competition, or sometimes consumers are indifferent to price. Then, you can discard the corresponding strategy. Remember that there are other less common pricing strategies that you must always keep in mind. For purely marketing purposes and tests to attract more customers, you might consider lowering temporarily the price of your product, or you can adopt one of the following strategies. Price discrimination, that is, adopting a different price depending on the market segment. For example, discount for young people, or a price differentiation depending on geographical regions. Freemium, in this case, the free offer of a basic product or service. The customer will then be charged once an upgrade has been made or at the end of a trial period. Pay what you want pricing. Also, price signaling is the message that your price sends to your customers about the quality of your products. For example, entering the market with a low-priced premium product might give the false impression that your product is of poor quality. Now that you know which the main pricing strategies are you ready to test your knowledge and business judgment? Try taking one of the tests featured within this channel. Thanks for watching and good luck with your case study.